Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome to another edition of Ladies Night. Hey. Thank you everyone for tuning in to the Platform Sports Talk Show, the Ladies Night edition. And believe it or not, I finally have my co-host in person with me. Welcome, Jobo.
What's up?
Look, tonight we can't say she's coming from the boondocks.
Nope.
We're in the same place now.
Yeah, no, this is me and Bunny's first time meeting in person, so it's weird. But I've known her for like 3 years, which is crazy. So, but yeah, it's nice to see her in the flesh.
Hey, you know what? I bet you still people out there in the same boat. They talk or know somebody for 3 years, but because of a pandemic and restrictions and stay in your own lane, they haven't met the person in person. So, hey, we're not the only ones, but hey, late than never, right?
Yep, that's true.
So, on this ladies' night, we thank you everyone for tuning in. And if you are following us on Facebook, make sure you leave all comments under the Platform Sports Talk Show page. Also, if you're tuning in on YouTube, make sure you subscribe and click on that.
Well,
Because anytime you go live, anytime we go live, what happens?
you'll be notified.
That's what I'm talking about. Also, we want to give a shout out to all our fans that are streaming on Hot 365 Radio. That's always hot. And also, all our archive shows are on the Roku channel. And besides the first Wednesday of the month, when we had the ladies' night, we also have the fellas on the last Wednesday of the month on the man cave. Shout out to the fellas. So, without further ado, let's get right to it. Come on, let's play catch up, Jobo. Now that we're in person, I will say this, guys. I thought she was taller than what she is.
She's like the same height as me, so I don't know what she was thinking.
Like online, maybe because how her chair is, she has a special, all type of angles in her office type chair. So it had her elevated, and then plus she's a former softball player. So I'm like, she's probably like 5'9" ish.
But I was a catcher, so catchers are usually kind of short, especially in softball. I feel like.
Okay. I feel you. I feel you. So anyway, let's catch up. What's going on? What's been going on in your world?
Not much. We talked a little bit earlier, but still working on the house thing. But sports wise, we all know what's around the corner: playoff baseball. So the nerves are getting a little crazy in the Bova County household right now, especially me more so.
Hey, I think Mia's gonna pick up on that energy. Mia's gonna know when September/October hits. Baseball, mommy and daddy are tuned in. She can't interrupt you all unless it's a commercial. Like, she's gonna be trained early.
No, we got her tablet for her already. She can do her own thing on her tablet whenever.
Smart.
Yeah, it's about to be intense starting Friday afternoon.
I know. So with the with the new, I guess, playoff matchup, how MLB did it. So even though the Cardinals are Central Division champs, they're still a wild card team.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, maybe they should have labeled it differently. I don't know, but St. Louis is ready. Cardinal Nation is ready. Hope the best. Hold our breath. We're gonna talk more about the Redbirds shortly, but I know it's the Red October. Hey, we know it's talking about the storybook ending with our three fave players, so we shall see.
Yeah, it's gonna be kind of sad. But when I did see something. We're so used to saying Red October here, and Cardinal Nation, but the Phillies have been saying that all over their social media, so it's making me a little salty. It's Red October here. Y'all haven't had a Red
Phillies
October.
Phillies are whack. First of all, right? They're not even competitive enough year after year. Come on now, they whack, boo. And when her Philly fans are crazy, so I don't care. They can come after me, I'll come back after them. We're from the St. Louis, Missouri, and what? It's the show me state. I'll show you better than I can tell you. All right, so come on with it, Philly fans. Come on. And let's bring another person to our mix here. We had her on our last ladies' night. Awesome time, good fun, laughter, stories for days, even emotions from 10 years ago and 15 years ago still pent up, and she let it out, but it was great times. A great basketball coach. So without further ado, let's bring Coach Willis here. Yay! When I tell you about that pent up energy from 10, 15 years, man, I felt like it just happened last year. But her emotion is good though. I loved it. I loved it. And it was a live interview. So I'm so glad you're back on the platform Sports Talk Show Ladies Night.
No, thanks for having me. Happy to be back. You know, it's a busy time for me. I start in like 4 weeks, so it's just been a lot of preparation. But I'm awake. I had I made sure my coffee was strong this morning so I can last.
Right, because if y'all don't know, she has a strict bedtime. Okay,
I still do.
She's on it. So I appreciate you for giving up a little bit of your evening for us, because I know by the time we end, you should be sleeping, but you're gonna push it a little bit. But I thank you for that. I really do.
No, thanks for having me. I'm happy to be back. This was great. I really enjoyed last time. So,
and you know what? When you look at how you are, you wouldn't think all that energy. Like, I definitely have to see you in person in the game, because you're probably one of those people that's on the sideline. Everybody's like, "Oh, okay, that coach." You know, when the game starts, just calm, cool. But man, it seems like once the energy comes up, baby, you were on and pop. You're like, don't let the size fool you, baby.
Oh, no, for sure. I try to tell people all the time, like, Coach Willis is totally different. Like, Brittany would never, but it's a time and place for everything. But yeah, I was with some of my players today, and at school we were doing Spirit Week, and today it was wear your favorite holiday. And I wore a Christmas sweater that had bells on it. So when so my basketball players like, "What are you doing? Like, why do you have that on?" They were talking about my energy, and they're like, "You should wear that, day after Christmas to the game." And I'm like, "No, do you guys see me on the sideline?" And I had bells on it, so like, this is not gonna work,
right?
I mean, I do it all. I mean, even like my heels and stuff. I'm very particular what shoes I wear, because I can get a little intense. I jump, like I go for that thick heel. I get that from my college coach, of course. But yeah, the energy. But that, again, like I mentioned the first time, like that is something that gets my players going. They feed off of my energy, even on days where I'm exhausted. Especially when it's a 3-day week, 3 days of games because of a tournament. Like, it's just, I know what I got to do to get my team ready. So, I mean, and that's just my one excuse to look silly on the sidelines, and I'm totally okay with it, because I'm doing my job.
All right, Coach Willis. Well, speaking of, you said you have to be comfortable. You have a preference in the shoes you like to wear on the sidelines?
Kind of depends. I mean, I love boots, and I'm also already thinking about what my style is going to be this year. Do I want to go with the blazer jacket? I don't know yet. I don't know. I have some boots. Like, I'm a boots type of person. But it just depends on, what I'm wearing.
When you say boots, like the Tim boots, or like some heeled boots?
Some heel boots.
I do. She keeping it fancy.
Now, I would say this. Okay. Yeah. I do want a pair of Tim boots, like, but with the heel. So
okay, mix it up a little bit.
Always the heel. I mean, that's probably like the only time you will see me in a pair of heels. Like,
really?
Yeah. And
I would think it'd be opposite. Like, not on the sideline, she'd be like, oh, and some flats or something. But she said heels on the sideline, outside of the court. Yeah, just keeping the tennis.
They had sandals. Like, I have a ton of shoes. And I just feel like once COVID happened, some shoes couldn't go outside.
Oh wow.
But during basketball season, that's like my time that's the only time I dress up. I'm always in athletic clothes, which I'm not complaining about, but like, I find it fun. So, but yeah, I'm very particular in like what I wear. You won't see me wear like the same outfit in the season. I'm that way too.
Wow, you exclusive. Man, this Coach Willis is a fashionista. See, we didn't talk about this on the last interview, Joe Bo. This is some breaking news here.
Yeah.
We don't repeat outfits. We gotta keep it heeled up.
You gotta keep it.
I'm just saying.
I didn't even wear heels on my wedding night.
I can see that though.
I wore red chucks.
I see people do that though.
I just can't.
It's a long day. I mean, I can see you not being healed. But okay, you're being a softball player, so when you're not in softball player mode, when you're just going to the store, going to event, are you flats or are you heels? Again, Coach Willis flipped it on us. She's heels at work. Outside of work, she's flats. But
all right, well, we talked about this during All-Star Week, and Fred thought I was crazy for going to the movie theaters in my sweatpants because I want to be cozy. I'm that kind of person. I just want to be cozy. Movie theaters are freezing. And,
that's true.
Last week, we went out to eat for the first time, me, Brendan, and Mia, and we just went to Texas Roadhouse, and I just wore some leggings and a t-shirt. Like,
there you go.
I'm not going out to some fancy place. very rarely do. So I just want to be comfortable. If I dress up, it's like a wedding or something. That's
Okay.
whenever you see Joanne and not Joe.
Oh, the alter ego.
Whoa
Wait a
now.
minute now.
Okay.
Wait a minute. We got a Joanne site. We got to see this living in color. Okay.
So maybe one day, if we all go out somewhere, y'all see Joanne.
Oh, y'all heard it here first on the
Uh-oh.
ladies' night. We got a Joanne alter ego that's out there waiting to come out. We got to give a reason. Come on. I know. Okay, you learn something new every day about people you work with. Isn't that crazy?
I mean, for me, like I said, I wear athletic clothes all the time. So when I put on like regular clothes and especially jeans, I'm like, is this how it's supposed to fit?
I haven't had jeans since before the pandemic. Because that's what I would wear to work is jeans. And they were just some like, what are they called? Skinny jeans? I don't even know what they're called anymore. But yeah, that's what I would wear. And those are long gone.
The skinny jeans are gone.
I have jean shorts, but sweatpants and leggings. That's it.
Interesting. Hey, make it cute but comfy, right?
Hey, that's what it's all about.
Well, we're going to throw it on to you, hon.
Oh, yeah, it's my turn. Well,
yeah.
I'm super excited to introduce our guest for today. I also kind of put her on the spot. I told her she had to come tonight.
Yay! Love the pressure.
Put some shine on her. I met her through just the basketball world, and I just felt that it was important that she can come and be part of this and really shed light on her, you know, just giving her flowers, and really wanted to acknowledge her. And we're also trying to work and find time to like actually, I mean, this is the first time we met in person, but we've been talking about trying to get together and just kind of support one another, being young Black female back coaches here in the St. Louis area. So just, want to be a support system to her as well. I know what it's like being a first year head coach, and it's never easy. So any, support that I can provide for her, like, I'm rooting for her, so I'm super happy to have her. She is the new head girls basketball coach at Cardinal Ritter, Coach Raven Ward.
All right, Coach Ward. Woo! Don't be shy, honey. We got a lot of firsts coming out. We got a person that likes heels on the sideline. We got the Joanne alter ego. I mean, Coach Raven, we got to hear what Joe first did. We really showing love to each other. So please share away. But thank you for being on the platform Sports Talk Show. We're happy to have you.
On the spot.
And like first, because you guys are finally meeting in person, like how Jumbo and I are meeting in person for the first time. You all are finally meeting in person. Man, look at us bringing everybody together. I tell you, these ladies are dope. So, Coach Raven, I'm going to ask some questions, but because Coach Willis knows you personally, I can let her interrogate you if you want as well. And if Jumbo wants to throw a question to you as well, have at it. Okay? No pressure.
No pressure.
Hey, being a head coach is much more pressure than this. Okay.
Facts.
Gonna lay it on you real nice and easy, huh?
Yeah.
So one of the questions we like to ask our guests first time on the show specifically, when did you first fall in love with sports?
5th grade. 5th grade, I was playing at a elementary school. I was the only girl on the all boys basketball team. So that's when I first realized that, hey, this is something that I want to do.
Okay.
So I was only girl on the team, and then from there I would sit and watch other Cardinals games. It would just be me. Didn't understand the lick of baseball. I was about 12, and
Sound like me.
Yeah. I'm sitting on the floor watching the TV and just teaching myself the game, and then that's kind of how I really learned all the sports, tennis that I really really love.
Okay.
I kind of taught myself, the sports world. If that makes sense.
Oh, definitely. Hey, that's dope. Okay. So since you said you specifically tennis, help me out here. Why is tennis scored the way it is? Love 15, 30, 40. Like, whose math is it mathing? Like, how do you go from 30 to 40, but you did 15 to like what? What's the math behind that?
Yeah, as far as with tennis is just steps, trying to go different steps at a time, and more so like points. So I guess it's just the steps.
Well, whoever thought those steps was normal, clearly it's not. But okay. All right. Well, Coach Willis gave us a general introduction for you, but let me, I guess, dig a little deeper for your background. So, 5th grade, boom. I like this. I want to be part of this team. Boys, I don't care. Learn tennis, learn baseball. So with that, what was the first person on a bigger scale, whether it's collegiately, a close cousin or whoever, that said, hey, I want to get into coaching? Because you're a coach first year at Cardinal Ritter, but still, you had to have a platform or somebody to show you this what you can do. So, background on that.
Yes, actually, I grew up in East St. Louis, and I was a student athlete first. So I was kind of intelligent, as my family says. So I wanted to go to school, play basketball to get it paid for. So that's the route, is you try to get your education paid for. Because I wanted to be an OBGYN. That was the ultimate goal. And then I was en route to become a OBGYN. I was living in Chicago, and I was like, I don't want to do this. Like,
the epiphany happened. Like, yeah, I'm in the middle about to learn how to give birth to somebody. I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah, I want to do this. So
I want to deliver this baby. No, just push her back in. I'm gonna do something else.
Yeah. So, but I've always had a deep passion for kids. I was always a family babysitter, watching all the kids at my mom's house. And I can remember growing up, she's like, "No, they're not coming over today. You're not watching anybody kids." So, so I've always had a passion for youth development as a whole. But I kind of made my mind up in 2016. I was like, I'm going to leave. I'm not going to go after being a medical doctor, and I'm going to move back home and work with kids. So it was never the goal to come back home and coach. It was always a goal to come back home from Chicago and just work in the youth development field. And then I met some people with Midwest United, George Merritt, Tony Condra, those guys. And then I started coaching with Midwest. And then I literally would go to every high school girls game over the last 3 years. And then finally I was like, I can do that. And I can do that well. Okay. So then I started training, just one-on-one skills training. And I, worked at that, a student of the game. And then finally, George Merritt got the job, Hazelwood West 2 years ago. I became an assistant, left there after the year, went to John Barrows last season. We won state. Like to say I played an important role in helping us reach that milestone, first state championship for the girls in John Barrows history. And then this year, I just felt like it was my time to lead. I've always been a leader. So I was just like, it's my time, and I'm going to go after it. And if I don't get it, that's okay. But if I get it, I'm going to kill it. So now I'm in the process of just trying to kill it.
Man, they put it on a t-shirt. If I'm going to get it, I'm going to kill it. Bam! Man, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. That's dope. Well, I'm glad you did the career change now. Wish you were around like 4 years ago when I needed an OBGYN, but here nor there, you did another career path, so no worries. But congratulations on winning that first state championship.
Thank you.
I mean, that's a lot of work in there. I know Coach Willis already talked about the passion and the energy and the time, sacrifices, training, and working with your girl athletes. But the fact that you help get them that first state in school history, and that school is not new, so that's amazing.
Yeah, for sure.
So now you're ready to take it to the next level at CRCP. All right, okay, well, cool. Excuse me, Jobo. Coming from the softball world, I meant to ask you, because I just asked what her drive was to get to wanting to coach. So being a former softball player, would you like to eventually get into coaching softball, whether little league, big league, or?
It's funny listening to her talk about that. I don't know. I really love my all my softball coaches that I had growing up, throughout elementary, middle school, high school coach, loved her. And even I did like a little bit of, coach my little cousin in T-ball and stuff, just for fun. But I do think that'd be something interesting, like I said, I still love the game, obviously. I don't know if any, you saw my Yachty post, but it's something that, yeah, it definitely, I'm not getting any younger, but it might be something to look into, down the road, reach out to my high school coach about it. Cause I think I could definitely do that. And I've kind of been in the same route before, like real good with kids growing up and, babysitting and stuff like that. So, yeah, that'd be fun, I think.
Interesting. Well, the door's still open, honey. Don't put an age on it, please. Please. You always need somebody to guide and lead them, no matter the age. Yeah. I guess I'm the outcast because I wasn't that person babysitting kids or cousins. That was not me. I was being a typical kid, but no babysitting allowed. No, I'm good. Never earned any extra money, I guess. That's why, right? I wasn't babysitting. So. Anyway. All right. Well, let me ask you this. I'm going to, I guess, get Coach Willis, Coach Raven. I guess it doesn't matter the order. So, with women being in sports, whether basketball, tennis, I would say golf too. Um, what do you think is the biggest barrier that women face compared to men in any sport? Either one can go.
I would say, coming into this position, it is a male dominant type of field. I feel like um, with especially with girls basketball. I mean, I did have a male high school coach, but I love him to death. He was like another dad to me. It was I didn't really make a big deal out of it. I would say when I got to college, I had a female coach, and I was like, "Gosh, when was the last time I had a female coach?" It was weird, you know. You mentioned working with, I call him Coach G, because I played for him. But like I had, male coaches. I want to say the one female coach I did have was when I was in 5th grade, and then after that, I had a male coach after that. And I mean, it was fine. They did what they were supposed to do. They taught me the game. They helped me develop. Um, but then you will hear how important it was. And I would hear this all the time. And people are like, oh, you should coach. Like girls need to see a reflection of themselves. And at first, I didn't realize it until getting into the sports world and doing and all those things. So, like I said, it's a male dominant field. So it is, to me, I just find it very humbling that I can be in the position that I'm in today. And then just kind of shed light, women coaches, like, hey, we bring it too. We bring it too. But I would just say that's just the only thing, it being a male dominant field. And just, for me, I stand my ground. I stand my ground. I'm confident in what I do. I take pride in what I do. So that's just kind of how I look at it.
Okay.
I second everything Brittany said. For me, the biggest barrier is the lack of initial trust. For females in sports versus a male in sports, people always think, males know everything when it comes to sports, and then a female, they may just know a little two cents, And so females always have to work a little bit harder in the sports world than men do. But I think that the thing that people don't understand is, like, as females, Brittany and I both went to college, so we've gained experience that a male can't teach a young girl. We're able to build certain relationships and certain topics that we can talk about with kids that girls may not feel welcoming for men to talk about. So I think the experience of, especially if you go and play sports collegiately, just our experience alone, we can do things that men can't do. And for me, in my mind, I think that gets overlooked too much. But the thing with women and coaching girls, I think girls should coach girls, truthfully. And
Okay.
I'm a big relationship person with the kids, and just being that role model. They need to see somebody go do what they're trying to do. So I think that's the importance of it. It's not all about just knowing the sport because you're a male. It's about, can you build a relationship, for the kids that they can, grab onto and then ultimately be successful.
All right. And I always wondered, at least on a collegiate level and even professional, you have men coaches that coach college teams, not just D1, D2, like it's nothing. And women coach them too, but then women aren't getting the opportunity to coach in the men's side, collegiately, even take it high school even. It's like, why can they come into our gender and our sports and do it, but we can't? And I know it's an old thing as far as men and women, how we looked at, but I thought in this day and age, we're making a little progress, but we still have so long to go. Like, goodness gracious.
But
Like,
then when you think about it, that's what it was. That's what it's always been. You see women now are, coaching in the NFL. Well, back then you didn't see that.
uh-huh.
And now, women are breaking those barriers and coming in. Cause like you were saying, like, men, they're coming and do, coaching women's sports. And then now today it's like, well, why can't we coach the men's sports? Kind of what Raven was saying. They, some may not think we don't know as much, but I think that's what it was. That's what it was. So change is hard. So when you see that, it adjusts. And some people who are still stuck in that mindset, like, why do they have women in men's sports coaching? Like, that's not what it is. But, that's what I mean by, like, we're breaking those barriers. So, yeah, I agree with everything that Raven said. I mean, I'm on the same page when it comes to those relationships and girls seeing, themselves.
Okay.
Real quick before we continue, we gotta say hello to our biggest fan, Miss Williams.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Hi, Miss Williams. Oh, and since we can give her a shout out, let's also again let everybody know if you are tuning in on Facebook, make sure you leave all comments on the Platform Sports Talk Show page. Coach Raven is our guest here. Of course, if you know her, send a shout out, tune in, interact with us. You know, Coach Willis, again, interact. Hey, we feed off of you all as well. So you bring the questions or comments, hey, we'll give you feedback as well. But thank you all for tuning in. Platform Sports Talk Show. I am your girl, Bunny, along with co-host
Joe.
and Coach
Raven.
and other coach.
Coach Willis.
And I wanted to say something that, with what we were talking about, I feel like nowadays, and you hear males talk about it, nowadays it's okay for them to open up emotionally, and obviously I feel like, I'm not a big emotional person, but we can all agree that females can talk a little bit better, when it comes to that, so obviously, females being coaches or just even in sports now definitely helps out with, I think it's easier for them to kind of tie into major sports now. They got that.
Excuse me. I understand what you're saying, hon. So Coach Stringers. Oh, another bomb coach. Shout out to Coach Stringers. She ready to come in? Yeah.
Wait, are you on
I'm on the plane. I just landed. Just wanted to check in and show some love real quick.
Coach?
Hey.
Hey, don't get any liver than this. This woman's on the plane, y'all. Tune in. She's like, I got to show my love. Appreciate you, Coach Stringer.
Yeah, I just wanted to say real quick. I wanted to tell Coach Ray, I'm a big fan, man. I've been watching your work for the past couple of years, and I'm a big fan of your work, man. Watching you coach the girls doing AAU, and you're at Cardinal Ritter now, so support, show some love. I haven't met you in person yet, but I'm definitely a fan, so I want to show some love. Right?
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Well, we got to get you in person on the ladies' night so we can get you to meet. Hey, everybody's meeting for the first time. We got to add you to it, okay?
That's what that works. That works.
Are you just landing or are you about to leave?
I just landed.
I
just landed.
Right. Hey.
All right. How long you going to be gone anyway?
I'll be back on Tuesday.
Is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
You get your season about to get started soon too, correct?
You said what?
Your season with MoBap is about to get started soon, correct?
Your first game on the 29th.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
Can't wait. Keep us tuned in. Whoever kid that is in the background got a lot to say.
Well, you guys enjoy your night. You guys enjoy your night. It's about to get loud this side, but I want to show love. When I touch down, we'll all meet, catch a game or something, and chit chat and get up going.
That's what's up. And Miss Williams said, "Hi, Coach Stringer."
What's up, Ms. Williams?
You be safe out there. Thanks for checking in. And we'll
all right.
See
you guys later.
That was tight. I'm glad you did that.
We've had two people now. Coach Stringer on the actual plane, and then T-Bone. I don't even know where he was at in the airport, but people are just walking by. They're probably wondering what the heck was going on. But yeah,
true dedication right there. Love it.
Right.
I'm gonna show up anyway.
Hey, do what you gotta do. Like, hey, we dedicated to the Platform Sports Talk Show. Oh, I forgot to give a shout out to our host with the most, DJ Fred, aka Smoooth. He's the man on the production crew, the lighting crew, the graphics crew, what other crew? He's a part of all of it. So we give him a shout out. Thank you for hosting us and putting all this together. And so with Coach Raven, I know I talked about how you started in sports and the barriers women face. And I like to find the human side of people, and it's not directly with their craft. So like I found out with Coach Willis, she's a heels woman. Still surprising on the sideline. But I'm like, hey, nobody would think that, right? But that's the human side, because that means she got to shop. So, hey, I'm here for it, right? So what do you like to do when you're not on the basketball court or training or texting or anything inspirational to your girls? Like, what is your away time from basketball? What do you do?
Yeah, my best times is a couch, a TV, and a show.
Yes.
What you watching right now?
right now, I'm trying to catch up with Queen Sugar.
I know. I'm still behind. Oh my God, I'm like 2 seasons behind.
Yeah, but I'm a huge documentary fan, so I can sit and watch docus like
Really?
forever in a day. Yeah.
Like certain type of documents, like documentaries, like sports or music.
Yeah, I prefer sports. Well, I think I watch mostly sports, but anything that's interesting. I don't like the ones that you just see people just talking on the screen. I like to see where it's descriptive, and they got actors for the old.
Oh
clips.
yeah.
Oh, you wanted those?
Yeah. If you give me you gonna talk and answer questions, I gotta go.
Okay, she went live. She wants to unlayer it. We got to see the graphic. We got to see the actor. We got to see the emotion behind it. Okay, I feel you on it. Okay, documentary person, sports. So like the 30 for 30 series.
I love it. But I'm not like Brittany though. I'm not on the sideline with heels.
Okay, you're real casual with it, comfy.
Put me in some Jordans any day.
Oh, Jordan type of girl. Okay.
Jordan sweatpants.
Now you sound back to her. Okay, it's all coming back here. All right.
Gotta be comfortable. I know you said you gotta be presentable, but you can be both at the same time. Yeah.
I would say this on away games, I do dress down. So
What is dressing down, Brittany?
so dress down. So what you see right now, this is what I would wear at an away game.
That's dressing down.
For me, for a home game, I'm more dressed up. That's what I'm saying. Like on home games, I put the heels on. I get dressed. But for an away game, like it's just too much. Trying to get kids on the
That
bus.
looks casual to me. That didn't even look dressed down to me. Like I think you get more dressed down than that. That's casual. I mean, you guys you ladies are basketball coaches, so I don't expect you to be in suits. I mean, I know on certain levels they do that, but once COVID hit, you saw a lot of coaches, like at least NBA coaches, they didn't do the suits anymore. They were in what you were wearing. That was casual.
Yeah. Well, my players were confused when I showed up we were playing somewhere. And they're like, Coach, you're not getting dressed. I'm like, I am dressed. It's just it's too much. Like trying to change on a away game. It's just a lot. I can do that at home when I'm playing at home.
I mean, I just expect it to be casual. I mean, like I said, certain level, I've seen women in suits and stuff. It's just weird because in basketball, you see them dress up in suits and stuff, but then baseball, they're wearing the same uniform that the players wearing. Yeah. Football, they're khakis and polo shirts for the most part, so they're not, of course, wearing football, but they're casual. So hockey is another one. The coaches dress up, and I'm like, but your players
baseball's the only one that they wear the full get up.
Yeah, and I never got that. I'm like, who started these trends?
You guys have your girls dress up for away games, or I just know like you see in the movies all the time. The guys got dressed up for something.
No.
Just chill.
No. I mean, my kids come in Crocs, pajama pants. I remember my first year for practice. It was like right before winter break, and they had their pajama pants under their practice shorts. And I remember walking to practice. I'm like, what? Why are y'all not ready? Like, Coach, we want to practice in our pajama pants. And I'm like, and I was so nervous. I was like, this is not going to be a good practice. It was actually a good practice. I was like, all right, here we go.
At least your kids didn't do that to you in public. We had a team outing a couple weeks ago. We showed up to the movie theater to see Woman King. All my kids are in checkered pajamas at the movies.
On purpose?
On purpose.
Why?
Pajama pants are
they
like
thought that
normal.
That was the best idea. So I let them have it. Then the next day I was like, we don't do that in public.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I would think that, because like you said, y'all let practice. I'll let you get away. But once we get outside of our home.
So definitely a teaching moment, especially for, we go back to that female-male thing.
Yeah.
So we're women. We don't go outside and different things like that. It's important.
Yeah. Okay. But you know what? Teaching moment, generational mindset different. Because
for sure.
The 1 year I played on basketball, we wore what we wore to school. We went to the game, changed, but we would have never think, of course, it wasn't fashionable wearing pajamas in public. I know that's the thing now. Or let me just.
I had a player come in with a bonnet on, and I said, "Girl,
oh God,
that's the new battle though.
It's
Why don't you care about your? And I'm not saying you have to be decked out. That's my thing. You can take this away from sports, but I just thought that, like I told my daughter 3, because she likes to wear a bonnet. Bitch, you want to look like what mommy's doing. But then I take it off in the morning. I said, we don't wear this outside the house. We're comfortable at home, but outside, no. Yeah. And I know people not going to like what I'm saying. I mean, disagree, wear what you want, be comfortable. But I know with the team sport, camaraderie, and an appearance, because people are always looking, going to find a reason to judge you. You're a team. One person looks off, they may reflect the whole team. And y'all know how these storylines go when you have one person on the team, not even just basketball, but other sports, and they group everybody together. And that's not fair, but it is what it is. So I'm thankful for that teaching mom, but I would love more women to realize, young ladies, hey, home is great. When you step out, you got to put your school name on your chest. Let's just change it up a little bit. Just a little bit now. I'm not saying wear makeup and be dolled out, but just a little bit. You know?
Yeah. Sure. I mean, I'm to the point where I'm like, just be yourself, I guess. It's sometimes it's a battle too. Like I have a player, she wears a hoodie at practice, and I'm like, take that off. Like, aren't you hot? But whatever makes her comfortable. Like, I'm like, all right. I even get suggestions from friends who will watch my game or live stream, like, oh, you should try wearing this or that. I would say this, I would not wear a dress on the sideline. Like, I move too much.
She's going to have sweatpants on, heels on the sideline.
Heels on the sideline. Oh, God. I don't know.
Sweatpants with heels.
Sweatpants would be,
I'm going to text you, Britt, what do you have on?
This is my coach's outfit for the day. What you think? I mean, it gets intense sometimes. Sometimes, like, I'll have options and I'll ask friends, I'm like, which one? And I'm the worst. I don't know why sometimes I ask for people opinions and I know what I want, but I think it's just more like, I wonder if they're going to pick the outfit that I want to wear. They always pick opposite. And then I'm like, I'm going to go with the one I want. Like, I'm that way too sometimes. Yeah.
Sweatpants and the heels. Take a picture when you do that. I'm not saying you will, but I see you won't. I can see you doing it like once. And then Coach Raven let me know, like, hey, she finally did. I'm like, oh, I gotta see the picture. Give me the proof, please.
If when Raven wears heels to a game, and if I have a game, like, we're gonna have to reschedule because I gotta go see this.
That's a challenge to your girls.
Coach Ward,
so
wear some heels.
If you know you have one of your rivals, or you know that you haven't had the best practice or something, challenge your girls like, hey, if y'all pull this W out, I'm gonna put some heels on next game. That's a challenge right there.
Don't say that.
Yeah, oh, they gonna win. I'm here for it.
My kids are
watching. Hey,
like a better
CRCP girls, players. You heard what I said? Throw that challenge out to coach.
Challenge.
That's what I'm talking about. Challenge her. Because that means it's on you all, though. That means they have to do and get that W, whatever it is. It may be a tournament, or like I said, it may be,
that's a
scoring streak where it's not as good as you want.
No, they gonna win it too. They gonna win. They be like, coach, and then as soon as you walk in the locker room, they gonna go crazy. Oh, okay, phones out.
right.
My kids are intentional. Anytime they get ahead of me, they're like, ha, 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 all the time.
They're always like that.
It sounded like Coach Rick was about her players. She had a lot of boys she was training. She was like, they always try to challenge me. And they had that one. What was the challenge when you TikTok challenge? You go in, you acting like you're about to be in a recording booth and you record. But she did that. Well, I was like, heck no. But I love to see that because again, your players see you as one way. You have to be leaders. You're intense, but they see the fun side of you too. I mean, I know it's a balance, but it's fun because I always tell people, once you finish with high school, if you go to college, great. Again, if you go to college, that time ends. You're not in high school forever. You're not in college forever. Make the best of the time. Make those memories. Believe it or not, you're going to get older and you're going to be looking back. You'll be like, oh man, I wish I could. Hey, the time's gone. Make the best of it. So with the jokes with coaching, or do a game where you challenge yourself to get 5 points in the basket that you usually wouldn't even try. You pass the ball to somebody else. Just challenge yourself. Do something different if coach allows it, of course. So, Coach, I'm going to ask you a couple more questions here. Now that you're in your first year at CRCP, what goals did you come in and set for yourself as a first-year head coach?
I want to create some consistency with the kids, and I've been hashtagging everything that I post with Cardinal Ritter is building culture. So how do I build how do I be the leader of building a culture that's not only consistent with the Cardinal Ritter principles that they carry as a school, but how does this culture send girls to college and then they go be successful. So it's just the culture, but it's the small nuances of not wearing your scarves, being on time, competing every time you step on the floor. Being a student first. So all those things, I just want to be able to build some type of positive culture for the kids to, know that they went through and then they go off to school or wherever they go after Cardinal Ritter and just be successful. I also, just want to give the kids, make sure they're having fun and learning in the sport of basketball. So whatever that looks like, a lot of kids these days, and especially in the sport of basketball, as I've seen it, is everybody think, well, you just go out there and you play. but you have to teach these kids step by step. And I'm learning that too. It's like some stuff that I can do as a kid. I'm like, why you can't do that? But I had to, what? But then I realized like, yo, like I gotta teach. So just I just want to be a teacher, and by the end of the season, look at any of the kids and be like, oh, they learned. You know what I mean? And stop thinking that they just gonna go out there and just do.
It's like press the button, go. They do it.
Yeah.
Not microwave, no instant all the time.
Yeah, but yeah. Oh man.
Who's that on the screen? I see. Why
in
oh
the world?
my?
Oh my God. I was telling them for my
What are we
first
doing
show.
here?
We're bringing
Kentucky
out
State.
receipts from the college years.
What are we doing? I've seen that picture in like.
I always wonder,
Forever.
does Fred pull
Hey.
these up and Google search, or do you guys send them this stuff? So that's why they're always surprised.
I love it though, right? Hey, element of
Oh.
surprise. Shout out Kentucky State.
Brings back all the
So
memories.
give us
Shout
a
out
quick
to
little
KSU.
background on that pose, what position, and your time at Kentucky State.
Yeah, time at Kentucky State was best time of my life. I haven't been back for homecoming since I graduated, and I was just thinking, how haven't I been back?
What?
I know, right?
And I
When
just
did
came
you
back from
graduate?
mine. Oh my gosh.
12,
That's blasphemy. 10 years
15 years.
at HBCU.
HBCU.
Oh.
But I mean,
Wow.
it's really who I am. So I'm not even I was never like the garden party type. So
You don't
even when
have
I
to
was
party
there,
just to go,
but
though.
even when I was there, I can't remember like too many memories like that. I was like at homecoming. I was always literally a kid. Like I was in a gym, so that was like the important thing. And then having good grades, and I was just that kid. But I haven't been back. But it was the best time of my life, athletically and academically. I learned how to be. I'll say at Kentucky State, I learned how to be a better person.
Mhm.
Before it was some things that I lacked maturity and just being able to be selfless. I didn't know those things until I got to Kentucky State and realized, this isn't about me, because I was played at Eastside, 4-year starter, East St. Louis Senior High School, and I was the kid. I was the point guard. I ran the team. Then you get to college and you're like, oh shoot, you can play just as good as I can, and you can do this that I can do.
Uh-huh.
So how do I separate myself? And going in my freshman year, I didn't understand that from a mature standpoint. So I understand why the coach didn't start me. So then I was the kid that was at the end of the bench, pouting, bad teammate. Knew no better. And then I realized it, like at some point, like, I don't change me, I'm gonna keep sitting here.
Right.
It don't matter how hard I work. So then I figured out how to change my attitude, be a better teammate, and things like that. So it ultimately built me up into who I am as a person, my work ethic. I'm always felt like I had to earn everything, whether it's in the grades or in the books. But K-State, people don't know this, the number one HBCU, Raven said it. This is a good time. Don't look like that.
I didn't know this about you. I was telling from the first show, I was getting recruited by them, and at the time, they went through a coaching change.
What year was that?
Graduated high school in 2010, so I would have started in the fall of
I was there.
2010. I know.
I didn't know
They
each other
were
back then, though,
no,
so.
and it was in Kentucky State was my number one choice. Like I just remember, like my dad and I, my dad was getting ready to set up a time for us to go visit the school, and we got contacted saying like, "Hey, we're no longer the coaches. Like we're going through a change." So that changed, my whole perspective. I wanted to go to an HBCU. I thought it was really cool to have that. So that's super cool.
You should have came, bro.
And I just want to make a correction for the record. Coach Raven misspoke. She said best HBCU is Kentucky State. That was a mistake. Shout out to LU Blue Tigers all day. Okay, thank you. I just had to make sure the record was straight. So, but I show love to all
T-Bone went there
HBCU
as
people
well.
though. Yeah, T-Bone. Did you know? Did she know T-Bone?
I don't know. Do you know T-Bone?
What
I
get
don't
her
even know what
T-Bone?
T-Bone's real name.
What's T-Bone's
Right.
real name?
I just know he got the
We need the
nickname,
name.
but oh, okay, yeah.
Randall Lay. I'm like, I don't even know. We just call him T-Bone all the time. That's why I
Yeah.
can't call Smooth. I gotta call him Fred. That's what I know him by. Or
And
I'll
you
call
say you went
Frederick
to
if
East
man.
Side. Like I have some friends that went to McKendree that went to East St. Louis. We gonna have to talk.
Yeah, we
we
gotta
may
talk.
have the same mutual friends over here.
Yeah, you guys have been talking for so long, never met. and you
Never
thought,
met.
No, I mean,
everyone.
even just like her explaining her story at Kentucky State, that your freshman year, like, why I'm not starting. I play point guard as well, so it was that maturity thing, and I got my ego shot down for sure, and you had to figure out like what were you going to do to make a difference, and I would say the one thing my dad did tell me, like, Brittany, when you get to college, you're going to be playing on a team where everybody was a superstar on their high school team, leading scorer, like everything. And I mean, at 18, I was like, oh, okay,
Right.
Yeah,
like,
whatever.
huh? Like, I'm gonna
I'm
start
the
my
best.
life, right?
I don't know what you talk about.
Yeah,
but I'm going, I'm
no.
gonna be the best. So yeah.
Culture shock hit right when you hit to your first practice in college. I mean, y'all tell me how you said you had to change your attitude, and I know with your players, some of them may think that a little arrogance, a little like I'm better. And have you told them like once you go to college, everybody's great like you? What do you do to separate yourself?
Yeah. So,
Like,
yeah. So we're talking separation now, even on the high school level.
okay,
And we going back though, body of coaching girls that actually play collegiately. So we
okay,
keep going back to that topic. So that's me telling my story to these kids. It's like, hey, like, you have to accept the role, because if you look at it, it was maturity, but I was failing to accept my role my freshman year because I knew no better. So we're talking about that is at Ritter right now is that we talked today, we had workouts, and the thought of the day was I asked the kids, what is character? Then they tell me what character is. So then what is true character? So true character is who you are after you didn't get what you wanted, after you didn't get what you thought you deserved. So can you be a great person in that moment when I feel like I didn't get what I deserved? So we talking about that. And, I wish before I went to college, somebody talked to me about, hey, same combo Britt had is like, all right, you going to go here and this, and third. I'm thinking I'm top stuff. And I'm like, you just as fast as I am. You can handle just as fast as I can. But developing that true character, I learned that for sure at Kentucky State when my ego was like smacked down.
That hurt.
Look like that ego's right on that ground right there. It looks like it's trying to get crushed.
Yeah.
Hey,
Like, I mean, we're doing the same thing with my program, building that culture. I mean, I'm going into my third season. I'm still in the process of building, the culture. And yeah, we talked about what we want that culture to look like, so we're going to be coming up with different words, that makes up our culture. And then, like Coach Ward was saying here, when adversity hits, we need to go back to what we said our culture is, what that looks like, because it's going to happen. It's going to happen. And yeah, I mean, characters is huge. I was talking to somebody the other day, like when I look at my kids, whether they play college basketball or not, I'm preparing them to be young women, and that's the most important thing, and that's why I love what I'm doing, because there's a purpose behind just not only them playing college basketball, but, also helping my kids who just want to go to school academically. Hey, did you, set up a meeting with your counselor? Have you applied? Like, have you set up, your ACT, test or SET, whatever. But yeah, I mean, it's more than it's more than just like preparing kids to play college basketball, but also prepare them for the next part of their lives.
See, so again, you all are teachers. I know people just think coaches are just doing that sport, but you're teachers and life coaches. Add that to your title.
Everything, counselor,
right?
Everything.
But excuse me, Coach Raven. So now that you're in your first year officially as head coach here, got your goals. Doing is this preseason workouts or now actually workout?
Preseason workout. So we go full season practice is Halloween.
Oh yeah.
Well, we can't wait for that. So what do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Hopefully I'm coaching on the college level. So that's the goal.
Okay.
Now. So right now I want to build a resume and try to get on a college level. I get up every morning and just, I work a full-time job with youth in need. So I work with homeless kids and kids that are experiencing homelessness and things of that nature. But the fact that I get to get up every day and go coach basketball, it makes me so happy. Like, I don't even look at it as like a job. So I know a lot of people like a Raven, you're lucky. It's like, no, I get to do this. So I wake up and I'm motivated to do it. But I would love to coach on the college level for the rest of my life. And then that way I would say I'm not working a job, really, if I get to do that.
So you're one of the typical, people say, oh, wake up and enjoy, like you're not going to your job, you're going to something that you love. You're one of those people.
I love it.
And I say one of those people, but that's an important role, though. I mean, the youth in
Definitely.
need, especially, man. Like, I know it's so, I guess, cliche. You're like, oh, help the youth are our future. But I don't think sometimes people understand when you're interacting or if they see somebody that's a bright spot for them that can change their life and they don't even realize it. And you're just not a coach. Like I said, life coach, social worker, you say counselor, I don't know, a big sister,
For real.
mama, auntie, that auntie, all of that.
Yeah.
Well, that is amazing. Just your journey, Coach Willis's journey, Coach Stringer, all of these coaches, women coaches we've had on the show. I mean, I commend you all because again, we talked about earlier barriers and men. It seems like sometimes get it easier than women, but you all are definitely setting the path for the next generation. Your stories are being told, so your players and other fans out there are listening. Are like, if they can do it, why can't I? Exactly. Why can't you? I mean, you all are breaking like John Burroughs probably wasn't expecting to have an assistant coach back then and say, yeah, we're gonna go to state. They're probably like, yeah, let's come and coach. And then here you are, you made that impact. You gotta get your own team now. So I mean, what's next besides I'm gonna be great at what I do? What do you say if I can get it, kill it? What is it? What's that?
If I don't get it, it's okay. If I get it, I gotta kill it.
Exactly. Can we got
T-shirts.
You gotta
I
kill
know.
it.
I'm about to
But-
say,
I mean,
I
just,
got need them a shirt.
yeah, but just so I'm on the record, I firmly believe in work ethic and
Mhm.
working towards things. So I'm not on here saying I'm just gonna go kill it right away.
I know.
so
It's a
so nobody
process.
says
It's a
that.
process.
I firmly believe in getting up every day and literally going to earn what you want.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
I firmly believe in that. So when I say I gotta kill it, that mean I gotta work hard at it, learn, be a student of the game, and just try to make an impact. So I just don't want everybody here saying she said she's gonna be successful right away. That's not it. That's
But
not it.
if you're not, everybody has a story, and sometimes people only see the glory, but they don't see the background how you got to there. So,
Right.
and life happens. Plenty of people have had stuff. I'm gonna do this, and they hit it, except one thing, and then I had to start over. Or hey,
Yeah.
I'm a person. I'm realistic because I look at athletes like regular people because I know they still have to go home. They still got to eat. They still got to shower. They got to put their clothes on. One jogging sweatpants at a time and one heel at a time or whatever.
You
So
said sweatpants and heels. Did you say that?
I mean, I'm not talking about the men, the women too.
Okay.
I mean, I know somebody out there is doing that. Like I said, these athletes, we don't always see everything they're doing. So behind closed doors, somebody's doing that, Brittany. Coach Willis. So
You can call me Brittany. It's okay.
I'm just, hey, you earned the title, so I'm gonna give it to you. All right, just like Coach, y'all earned that title, so I'm not gonna degrade y'all. Okay, you've earned it. Hey, it's a lot of responsibility leading a team, men or women. Again, with all the titles that you all are serving, shout out that you all have great, awesome seasons. So just want to go on record. No matter what the outcome is, you all are rock stars. If no one else tells you, because you're gonna have not just players, you have parents, and sometimes parents email and text you like, wait, what? And then sometimes being human, you're like, all that I've done, all this energy I put, and then you get an email or somebody seem like they're not happy. It's like,
Comes with it.
Right? It does.
I mean,
But that's why I'm like, hey, y'all still rock stars because you smile through everything.
Yeah.
I sometimes you laugh to keep from crying because this is like,
I mean,
sometimes-
you gotta know that coming in, like, you're not gonna make everyone happy.
Mhm.
You can't satisfy everyone. I mean, I just had that conversation too. Like, no matter even if you go above and beyond, sometimes you're good enough. It's not good enough for them. Like, it's not.
It's always
to
that one
them.
person.
It's always, and it's just. It's what to be expected, and I'm okay with it. I accept it. It's part of, it's part of the territory. I mean, if you go in to coaching or, even me as an educator and you think like, oh, it's going to be a breeze, I'm going to make everyone happy. Like,
You're tripping.
you're
Tripping.
yeah, this is not the thing for you. So, but I mean, I feel like even with some of the challenges that you can go through with just parents or players, like, I feel like it's a learning opportunity. I've dealt with some hiccups and I've learned from them. I learned how to deal with them, and you have to separate coach and the personal standpoint from it. So
That's the part right there.
yeah, like, I know it's so hard, but like, that's something I learned my first year of coaching was I had to separate when somebody would make me so mad, I would be like, it'd be like Brittany, it'd be the personal side. But then like I've learned that no, like, you're a coach, you got to be a professional. You have to put that aside and you have to be you have to be open. You have to listen. You know, people are entitled to how they feel, and you can't take that away. You just try to work it out, come to a common ground and understanding, and then you move on. You move on.
There's a meme out here. Well, it's more so a video of Oprah before she ever started her TV show. She was doing all these interviews, and they were doing the marketing for it. And it was a guy. He said, "This TV show, what happens if you fail?" And he just asked her that. A cis white male asked her, "What happens if you fail?" She said, "It will do good." And he said, "How do you know it will do good?" She said, "Because I know." And he said, "But what if it doesn't?" She said, "I still will do well." So if it doesn't do well, and we're talking about Oprah back when her show nobody knew who she was. So that's kind of my motto, and just being a first year is I'm going to work hard and do what I need to do. And no matter the outcome, if it doesn't work out, I still individually as a person will achieve different goals because, I know we're coaches, but we're also human beings, right? So this one role doesn't define us as we live our lives on.
Okay. Well, definitely with that shirt, the motto, if I gotta get it, I can kill it. Am I saying that
You
right?
think we can sell some merch?
Hey, in this day and age, you can sell anything and get it branded, approved, and
I know some
copyrighted.
people that make shirts.
I'm just saying.
You know what I'm saying? Come on now. Come on, man. I try to do everything.
You gotta have more than one hustle. My mama told me you always gotta have more than one hustle. So.
I told my cousin Patty the other day, I be hustling out here. Okay? I'm trying to get it.
I know you got me on live TV right now.
Hey, shout out to Coach Ward again. I got her here. She kind of told me I ain't gonna tell the whole thing. It's kind of nice knowing the insider, but it took her some time to think about, but I'm happy she's here.
Yeah, you can say it. Britt sent me a text and she was like, "Hey, it's this podcast." And I'm really, if you really know me, I'm not like, I'm really shy. And so she sent it and I read it like 4 times and put it back. And
she left me on red, y'all.
I'm like, Britt, like, you haven't met me, but I don't like talking to people.
Really?
I don't. I'd rather be by myself any day, just
in the circle with your players, that's the biggest audience you'll do.
That's different though. Yeah. That's 100% different. But like these kind of things, if Brittany don't text me, I honestly felt like I had to do it because she asked me to do it.
Yes.
By the way.
So you introvert?
Yeah, for sure. 100,000%.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you like what Fred asked Coach Willis. So I already asked you like Netflix, documentaries, couch, but outside of the house, is there anything, whether it's just playing darts or going down the street to talk to your neighbor or going to watch play, like what outside of the house?
Yeah, I'm really I'm a big reader. So I have a library.
You do that in the house. I'm sorry.
I'm trying to tell you.
She said outside the house, and she said read a book. I'm sorry.
Reading book. Wow.
You can read wrong, Coach Willis. I wasn't gonna say that. I'm like, okay, she can read in the car. You can read.
So after she gets me on here, this is how you do me. Honestly, but to be honest, that's probably a hard question for me at this point because I'm so focused on just trying to be this good coach and things of that nature. But reading, you have tears in your eyes?
I'm sorry, I'm still laughing.
That was like a corny joke that you said.
I was not expecting you to say
it. Wasn't even a joke.
I was a joke.
I was like, okay, well, I guess I gotta say you can read a book in the car. That's outside the house. You can go and read it at a library. Right? That's outside the house.
At the bookstore.
I don't know if we still got a bookstore.
Wait a minute, I promise you, I'm not. I'm trying to gather myself. I'm not laughing. Be you. I love it. But that was I go read books outside. You can go to the library to a park.
I'm just dead serious though, but
I'm sorry.
I think when I was at Barrows, the kids are like, "You read books?"
Wow.
I'm like, do I not look like I go read a book at a bookstore? And they're like, "No, you do not." So yeah, but honestly, I was telling Britt the other day, I finally got home at a decent hour because it's either like my full-time job, it's training, it's coaching. Between those three things, it's like I don't even know like half the time what my house looked like. Like I went to the
Oh,
refrigerator
yeah, I
the
can
other
see.
day and it was like everything was spoiled. And I'm like,
Dang.
Yeah, that's so dumb. Yeah, I can relate.
I'm like, when's the last time you were here to have to eat?
Yeah.
So yeah,
Wow.
Do you have shoes everywhere at home too?
probably yes.
Yeah, me
I have
too.
this one room with just shoes everywhere. Is that you?
My shoes are like at my dining table. I don't even eat at my dining room
Same.
table. But like, yeah, you kind of you have to ask yourself, like, do I live here? I sleep here. Yeah.
And then when you finally have time to be there, you don't feel like cleaning up.
no. I always tell myself, I'm gonna do it.
Be here.
I don't gotta be a coach to feel that. You know, baby Bova. I just
Like I got shoes everywhere. I have toys everywhere. I mean, this
toys
story of my life.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. But
can
no spoiled
totally-
food. No spoiled food. No.
You have spoiled food yet?
I mean, don't let the size fool you. I do eat a lot. It's just, get in, eat it, boom, milk for cereal. I'll treat cereal like a dessert sometimes. That'd be like my snack after dinner. But
Oh, okay.
yeah, it's rare. Maybe some sandwich meat because I don't like eating sandwich meat. That's flashback college days. One thing I still don't eat to this day is ramen noodles. I ate it so much in college. I said I refuse, and to this day I don't eat them. Ramen noodles.
You say it ramen?
I thought it was ramen.
It's ramen. For sure.
Oh, I thought it was ramen.
Hey.
You say ramen too?
Don't say anything. Brittany might crack another
Oh,
joke.
yeah.
Oh my god.
Well, we
I'm
already
like,
know
I'm
the
cool
same-
here. I'm past that.
Whoa.
I'm past that. Please, I do not want to say. I'm past it
Hold on,
now.
Bonnie. Freeze.
Okay. I would say the noodles that are wavy that you can put in the microwave. Yeah, I don't eat those anymore.
No.
Now I can say I can be bougie on that because I had enough of that in college. I'm good.
Yeah, for sure. And TV dinners.
Dinner.
all
Yeah, I
I ate
really
in
don't.
college.
every blue moon I get that. And that's just for work. Eating
Salisbury
their lunch.
steaks once hit. I'm not gonna lie.
What'd you say?
Salisbury steak?
Salisbury steak.
Salisbury with the corn and the mashed potatoes.
Oh my goodness.
Yep.
I think KFC have a bowl like that now, but it's
Yeah.
chicken.
KFC bowl, yep. Yeah, that's a very popular.
I'll
one.
get a pot pie every once in a while. Like those are still
I do
good.
those
I
too
like a
every
pot
once in a
pie.
while. That's
Yeah.
just those quick, like you say, you don't feel like cooking. You're tired, long day. What's dinner? I can pop it in the
I use a crock
microwave.
pot. Raven, you have a crock pot?
I do.
I'm a big crock pot meal girl during the
Just throw
season.
anything in
Yeah,
it?
you just
I got two of them.
Soup.
That's how much they get used. It's
Yeah.
more in the fall and winter, but man, one meal here, another day, two of
Yeah.
them, different sizes, baby. Air fryer. I was late to the game, y'all. Air fryer,
I still
the
don't have one.
best thing. OMG! And I'm so high tech with it. I got the one with the dual baskets. So you can have
Oh.
the left side can have one thing cooking, and the right side different thing cooking with different temperatures and different cooking times, but they'll finish at the same time.
I would say that's like the one thing I don't have. I do not have it.
Yeah, I don't have one yet.
I was late to the game. I swear. I
Wow.
just got it. Actually, it wasn't even for me. My husband wanted it
Oh.
for his birthday, yet I use it. And
I
I said,
can-
this is the best thing since sliced bread.
I can live off of three things: my crock pot, I have a blender, and I love my toaster. I love toast or bagel. Those are the three things I must have.
Toaster. Okay, she's a bread person. I'm not going to tell you why I use my blender because my daughter thinks it's for smoothies. So I let her think it's smoothies. I don't want DFS knocking at my door. So yeah, we're making smoothies, wink, wink, with the margarita mix. With the ice.
No judgment.
No
here.
alcohol, though, no. But I had to call it smoothie for her sake. She go around, yeah, Mommy and I made margaritas, and yeah, DFS is knocking on my door with this problem, so we just call them smoothies. It's my story. I'm sticking to it.
Hey,
But there's
you-
no
you-
alcohol in it, though. It's
You
none.
bring the blender. I'll bring the
Mix.
ingredients for the smoothie mix, and Raven's gonna bring us some books. We're gonna have book study.
She was nothing.
We're gonna have book study. I mean, that is probably the highlight of my night.
terrible.
Like
Why are you having highlights? For
that was
someone
just
on the show?
everything. I'm
So
sorry,
you drugged me here to
Raven.
bully me?
I was
What are
expecting
we
you to say
talking about?
like
literally, I was. Like,
It is. It
It
really
needs
is.
to be.
Buddy, could you ask me the question again, please, so I can re-answer?
She's coming up with something different.
please do.
Because it's literally something else. I actually like to go biking. Okay.
Okay, see,
love
that's
to go
what I
biking.
said at the house.
Okay,
There you
so
go.
now I literally. So can we like scratch the?
I'm a
book
PE
thing?
teacher, so like riding bikes. I like riding bikes too, but
Yeah,
I mean,
I love to
there
ride
you go.
bikes and listen to music and just go out.
FYI, we do a highlight reel every week, and when we have the highlight reel,
please put
That-
the book on
oh,
there.
the riding the bike is
please.
not gonna make it. Your reading the book inside the house is gonna make the highlight reel. And then her
So-
cry. I'm telling you, I already know. Like Jobo, you called. I'm like, yeah, that's your real answer is not gonna make
So
it.
did
The,
you
the
bring me
wrong
here to
answer.
bully me?
I did not.
What was your purpose to get me here?
You know, okay, you want to know what I was thinking? I was thinking, you know, Ray was gonna say, "Oh, you know, I like going out with friends." Like I told him I like going to happy hour. Like I didn't know. Like I
No,
thought
said
something like
before that I wasn't the person that
I
hang
know,
out. Bonnie said that I was
but, yeah.
introverted.
Introverted.
Did you not?
No,
I mean, I
heard
got
You're
you,
introverted,
but
so
you know,
she's okay.
I just,
No,
you
you
know,
were
never
looking for
heard it
a
as an
joke,
option.
and you had a good joke, Brittany. Willis.
Books.
So
Books.
we don't
If
have
you have any suggestions, I'll take them. I do read, but I
No,
don't
you
read books
don't.
outside. I do read books.
No, it's too
I
late
don't
for you
have
to read
imaginary
books.
cups. We don't have any empty cups in front of us, so we have imaginary cups. So the question to ask is, what is in your cup? Meaning, what's the latest topic, sports topic that has your attention?
This is start with me. I'll start. I'll go. The Aces.
Las Vegas Aces. Okay.
Yeah, the Las Vegas Aces.
NBA
and-
team champions.
Yep, getting a championship, and then the star player, the goals that she had. And she kind of
Asian
accomplished
Aces.
all of them. So for her to do that, it's like, whoa! How did you win the world championship? You were season MVP. You were defensive. So that's on my mind. Everything I see with that, I'm retweeting.
Ah.
I love that. I love the story. I love what she did because she was counted out when she first got to the league, and
Mhm.
she's not as good. She won't be a good pro, and Don Staley helped her be this good college player, and then she goes to the pros, and then she gets hurt, and then she comes back and she kill it. See, she got it, and she did what? She killed it.
Yes. Okay, her 2022 resume is the bomb. That girl's so
Asia
dope.
Wilson, yeah. Did you see the interview when she was like, "Don't come to the pep rally unless you got four
No, I
shots
didn't
in"?
see it. Heck
Did you see
no.
that, Brittany?
Hey, thank her for her honesty. I can roll with Asia on that one. Yeah,
I
4
did.
shots in. Let's roll with it. I'm here for it. Look, I'm here for the shots.
Yeah, Asia Wilson's story is amazing.
Okay. Yeah, so 2022 resume that she has, phenomenal. And you said because she hit all her goals. Like, yeah, I didn't know Asia like that. I mean, I follow Dawn Staley. I know some of the women on her roster she's had in the past, but I didn't know Asia was a person that they were discrediting, like she wasn't gonna be all that. And here she is,
Yeah.
MVP and champion. So now what?
After she got hurt and came back.
Mm-hmm.
But I also think too, she gives credit to Becky Hammond. Becky Hammond been her, first year head coach, and she was in the NBA coaching. But then she came in and led the team. So Asia was saying it felt good to come and play for somebody like Becky. So she felt like Becky is the reason why she got over the hump, especially mentally, is what she was saying.
Okay.
What about you, Coach Willis? What's in your glass?
Well, recently I didn't know this was going on. Who brought it to my attention? Somebody did. It's been a long week. But they were talking about U.S. women's soccer. There was some. There was just a lot of stuff that were going on. Just the women's in the soccer program, not, the whole being abused, and there were just some things that were going behind the scenes that were happening, and so I didn't know this. I didn't see this, and plus, like where I work, it's hard for me to look on the internet for stuff. So it's like, when I leave work, I can like go and look. But somebody brought it to my attention, and I looked up it. I'm very I just started reading up on it yesterday, but just not taking care of athletes, being abused or even mentally, things were happening and no one said anything. So it's something that I kind of want to look into because it was brought to my attention, and we've heard this in sports, especially just like with the U.S. gymnastics team, in that case. So that's kind of like in my cup. I'm still reading up on it because I mean it's sad, you got to protect your athletes. If people are doing things that they're not supposed to do and you're not stepping up for them and saying anything, you're part of the problem too. So that's kind of like what's in my cup. It was brought to my attention, and then I saw one of my friends like reposted it, and I started reading about it, and then I fell asleep because it was late.
Past your bedtime, right?
Yeah.
Here we
What
go.
time do you go to sleep?
See, that's a joke you get back on her.
Like right now.
Hey, see, there you go.
Look, I have no shame in my game going to bed early.
She's ready for it.
Come on with it.
She's
locked
baby.
All right. Look, I have no shame in my game. What time I go to bed, okay?
7 p.m.
Oh, no, not 7 or 8. No. That's like my TV time. Like, you know, I be trying to race to the couch when I get home. You know?
Same.
See, yeah, race to. But don't judge me, but I would say this.
No, we're judging you because you judge
all
me.
right, all right. So I have on my phone an alarm. It's like a bedtime reminder, right? Hear me out.
No,
my bedtime is 9:30, right? 9:30, but I get like the reminder at 9:29. So that tells me like, all right, Brittany, it's time to go to bed.
The 1 minute reminder.
It is. I mean, I did not set it up. All right.
I know you did not have any jokes about my book.
So see, look,
I know you're not gonna get on here and say you have a alarm. Come on, I'm listening. I just want to get
it's
the
not
full
an alarm,
story.
it's an alert, like bedtime reminder. So like at 9:30. So lately, what I've been doing,
So you have bedtime reminder?
Yeah, 9:30. I'm like, you know, getting ready for bed, you know, and then as long as I'm in bed like 10 o'clock or 10:30, like we good because I get up early. But there ain't no shame in my game at all.
Like before the sun come up, like old people, or when the sun just comes up.
So I normally get up between like 4:30, 4:40.
Oh, you like the old people? Okay.
I mean, how's that mean?
A lot of people older, like my grandma, they like to get up before the sun come up. I guess they figure out they don't want to miss out on life, but make sure they still up.
Add Brittany Willis to that.
Look, part of
they
my
like to
success.
Get up early. Like I think they're gonna miss out on something. They make sure they're alive, so they get up early. Yeah, I've heard that, right? Like,
I do. I know. I got my grandmother. She gets up at between 3 and 4, and she just has to mop. Look, like
that is weird.
Like
that's different.
If you call her,
drink coffee or something.
Yeah, if you call, no, she has to mop for some reason. I'm like, those floors are clean. I don't care. I'm mopping. What are you wrong?
Hey, successful people, and I've seen this with like social media. You know, you wake up early. You know, you get stuff done. You know, like you know, waking up.
If you read books too, you get stuff
outside.
I read wee hours in the morning, but it's just Google News and STL Today. That's what I'm reading, and maybe catch up on a sports topic. But it's literally like 1, 2 in the morning. But I still have a baby that wakes me up, so that's my excuse. I know.
Phone is on do not disturb.
I like play an hour, I'd have 2 hours sometimes. Oh God, yes, I'm up. So when everybody sleep, I'm up. That's why I try not to chime in on group me because I don't want to wake up anybody had alerts on. They'd be like, "Who is 2 in the morning?" So I just wait and I try to, but that's the problem. When I wait, I'm going to forget. So when I wake up for the day, I don't remember what I was going to say. And then y'all be like, well, why she didn't say anything? Well, I forgot. You got to catch me at 2 in the morning. It's as fresh as my mind is. Okay.
Bunny, what's in your cup before you got to get out of here?
Man, it's a few different topics. So just pick one for me.
All right. Well, hold on because I know we needed to get your opinion on something before you left. 1 sec. Run down. Okay. Look at that. All right, now pop it up. The transfer portal, because I don't know anything about this.
Oh yeah.
So this is a you topic.
That's actually a really good topic we need to discuss.
Because I've asked a couple other coaches we've had about that. Transfer portal. My 2 cents, and definitely you guys have experience in talking to your players. So it seems like when we talk about transfer portal, college kids or young adults, men and women, they're not happy. Let me go see where else I go to be happy. Well, why aren't you happy? I'm not getting a PT playing time. I think the coach is showing favoritism. Oh, I'm thinking he told me a dream. Here I am, and I sit on the end of the bench. Okay, and that means that you're unhappy. You can go where you want to. Yes, your prerogative. But at the same time, life is not going to do that to you. Life is not going to say, hey, you're not here, or you don't like being here. Let me give this in front of you. You have to work, right? You just said not going to come in. So you got to work towards it. You got to progress. So it's a love-hate relationship with me. Granted, if you were not an athlete and you're a regular college student, you don't like it at school or whatever your reason is, you have the right to transfer. You transfer. College athletes should be given the same thing. However, I still think that some of the athletes need to mature and try it again. And it's I don't know, I guess because some people are used to blue chip players. First year you're on a squad, you think you should get all the playing time, let alone start, right? No, it's still people and players that, hey, First year, not getting a lot of playing time. Second year, and then third year, they hang around, they're getting it. And some of the more successful men and women's college programs, they don't have freshmen leading them. They have juniors and seniors. So what is that experience, time they putting in, their sweat and tears? They finally earned that spot and getting that playing time. So transferring because you're not happy or you think it should have went a different way, hit and miss. Now, great, if your coaching situation changed, I'm for it because you would think you're coming under one person leadership change, okay. But when it comes to, I'm not getting PT, this is my favorite, because life is not going to be that way. Most of the athletes in college are not going to play professionally, right? The numbers are there. So what you think is going to happen in life? You're supposed to be assistant manager, you still just a manager, or excuse me, you assistant manager, you want to be manager, you didn't get it in 2 years, you're going to quit that company. You go to another company, or you thinking you should be the CFO and you still only just a finance manager. In 5 years, you're still like, I'm not happy. Yeah, you can go to another company, but who's saying that you're still going to get that somewhere else? You still got to put in the work. I think that's lacking for some athletes. The generation definitely is that microwave, instant gratification type stuff. Old school training and listening and disciplining yourself still works. It may have a different look sometimes. It still works. Put in the work. Now, sometimes, we have a few where it is an issue where the person is doing all they can and they're still not getting their time to shine. But more than like for the people I know personally that have done a transfer portal, they don't want to wait. Again, it's only so many spots once you hit college. And let alone, it's only so much where just sitting there pouting or you going behind talking, that's not helping either. But again, you want to transfer, it's your prerogative. I know on the football side, some of the coaches are like, hey, you need to put a deadline in there because then they can't, as a coach, you can't figure out who you're going to be working with because somebody could transfer in March, in May, then July. Wait a minute, the season's here. Like, what are we doing here? I need to know what I'm working with my roster. And then academically, you need to make sure your players are on point for whatever season they're about to come into, that their grades are good as well. But it is a love-hate relationship with me, but I get it. But I don't think every situation somebody should be able to transfer. That's my 2 cents.
Yeah, it's a little heavy, with the transfer portal. It wasn't really a big thing. And kind of what you were saying, just kids not wanting to work. I think you also have to do your research on the school. I mean, part of my reason why I chose McKendree, I was looking at who was playing in front of me, because I wanted to play right away. That was something that was important to me. So I think going in, you have to think about all of those things. And yeah, I went through, kind of like what Raven was saying, your freshman year, you go through that, you go where your ego gets crushed and you have a decision to make. Yeah, I was in that same situation my freshman year. I wanted to come home. I didn't like it anymore. Like, it was hard, but the outcome was great. I had to go through that for a reason. Yeah, it's always easy to quit. It's always easy to quit. But I'm glad that I stuck with it, and then the other thing with the transfer portal is, let's say you have, somebody who's getting recruited that was going to be an incoming freshman. Well, if they pull somebody from the transfer portal from your position, that can either, take money away from you, or they're like, hey, we found somebody else. So I feel like that is also an issue. Like, it kind of hurts those seniors who are, trying to play at the next level. And you got this transfer portal and they're pulling, and depending on the program, they probably need that junior to come in versus a incoming freshman, or they say, hey, you can come, but we don't have no money for you, so it's just, it's a lot. Like, I just feel like and then at some points I feel like it's vague, it's not very clear, or people, like you said, or they're just mad because they're not happy with their situation. Everybody wants it right now, but that's not how it works.
Yeah, I agree with Brittany too. I think a lot of the kids that are going on a transfer on the portal, they've been faced with some type of accountability for the first time, and then they didn't get what they wanted. But I agree with her. I coach AAU and I coach on the 3SSB circuit, and this summer I had a team full of 23 kids, right? Talented kids. And they're getting ready to graduate and they haven't had an offer. They've been playing. But then when we're talking to the college coaches, they're like, man, I could take her, but I got such and such coming off the portal. So this is a kid that needs a first chance to go do good. And you're giving somebody a second chance that didn't conquer the first one. Now this kid can't get their first opportunity. So that's what I think about it. And I'm with Brittany. The easiest thing for me to have done my freshman year was to say, all right, I'm out, I'm transferring. But for me, you never want to quit, because quitting becomes a habit. You know, if I quit today, I'll quit tomorrow, then I have kids and they'll be quitters. So that's how I look at quitting. I think that if it's not like serious, excruciating circumstances, you need to stay there, deal with it. So I just think that they're allowing people to just easy ways out. And then the programs are winning too, because they're doing what's best for the program, not what's best for the kids as they're trying to develop. So and then I think I was looking at the number of the people that are actually on the portal at one point. It's like more people on the portal than it actually is schools. Like,
really? And it's for girls and
well, I was looking at girls, and it was like thousands of people on the portal. It's like not even that many D1 colleges.
You
like,
add D2 to it as well, though.
right? Yeah, so it's like, what are we doing?
Wow.
And then again, everyone's situation is different. You know, the transfer portal, like you were mentioning, like it could be personal, whatever the case may be. But like those who are putting themselves in the transfer portal because they're not happy with their situation and whatever, like, you know, there's just certain things I don't agree with people going into the transfer portal because you're not happy because you're not starting or you're not playing, or oh, I was this once in high school. That's high school. Like this is college. You know, you going in the age of 18, you know, you playing against, you know, 21, 22-year-old, you know, whatever sport you're in, women or men, like it makes a difference. So yeah, it depends on the situation, I think. But if it's for that reason, I don't agree with it.
The big one too is a lot of people are hopping in the portal because they're figuring they can go to a school with a better NIL kind of circumstance too, like a bigger market. Like I'm gonna live here so I can go get mine on a different market, and then that hurts too because you're leaving a team that probably depends on you and things like that. But it's hard because you can't blame, because NC2A, they got so much money off of these kids for so long. So it's like but the portal just makes it too easy for people to quit and give up.
Yeah, because it's a false reality almost. Because and like I said, once you get out of playing your sport, oh, this ain't easy, I'm gonna quit. You can't quit every job if you eventually need some money and not depend on somebody else. So what do you think's gonna happen? You put in the work, do what you need to do, adjust, but that NIL thing, that's a whole nother subject because
it is, but then
love hate too, but it's more love because
I mean, Deion Sanders, Coach Deion Sanders said it best. I've seen something. This was like a few months back. I can't remember where from, but he made a comment about that. Like, basically, I mean, these kids are getting like expensive cars, like just all this crazy money, and he's just like, basically, like, why? I mean, it's okay to give them some money, but like, just some of the stuff that they're getting is unbelievable. At 18, I mean, at 18, you know, like, I mean, it's just unbelievable. I mean,
but I guess how do you look at it? Because the 18-year-old in college, what's he doing with the $25,000 car? But the 18-year-old can play for Team Bosnia and get the same money. What's the difference?
It's crazy how much like.
And then that money he's getting from Bosnia, once he's done with that season, he comes right back to U.S. and spends it.
Now, should there be a stipend? I feel like for college athletes, like
of course,
yes. I mean,
we were there.
It was a day. I mean, my freshman year, I had a work study job because how I guess my scholarship was set up. But I had a work study job and I got paid, and then they were like, "Hey, you can't work anymore." And I'm like, "What you mean I can't work anymore?"
You were maximizing
because I was like I maxed out, and they're like, "No, you can't work," and I'm like, well, how am I supposed to make money? Like, how does this work? So, God, yeah. So, I mean, and what people have to understand, like playing and being a student athlete, playing a college sport, it is a job. It is a job, you know, and you can't work because if you have lifting in the morning, you have class, you have practice, and then you still got to do homework. There's not enough time in the day to go work and make some money.
Miss Williams was asking if we think will the rules for the portal be modified due to the issues you're discussing?
I don't get paid enough to answer that question because I don't know.
It's not in our pay rate.
Eventually,
it is not in my pay rate, but I have no idea.
Eventually,
I think everybody is benefiting from it on some level. You know what I mean? So it's enough people benefiting from it right now for it to go away.
Honestly, let's just be real. It's all about money. This is a capitalistic country. So the powers that be held on to that control for so many decades, right? And now somebody, not just because of a lawsuit or not just because, hey, this isn't right, somebody finally went outside the box. And shout out to the NBA G League. Even though they're not on the level of paying high profile athletes like that, or they're athletes, but it's like, why go to college and I can start earning professional now? So let me go G League route, or let me go play overseas in Europe, like I said, at 18, make decent amount of money, then come back, go to the draft, or go for NBA, NFL, whoever.
I mean, we want to talk about money. Think about women's sports.
Well, we
You
know
know,
that,
like that
they're
and just-
underfunded to a whole
They're-
nother
yeah,
level.
like, we
Whole
talking about
nother
big
level.
money.
But
like,
those, and I found this out though with NIL.
like, did you
The
see
women that are
MVP
getting money,
trophy?
it's a lot of women getting money in NIL, but you know what? They're not your basketball cheerleaders. They're use this model. They're getting money, but because they're not in their quote unquote own sport per se, it's
Right.
not being scrutinized. But they are getting money though. But women in general, our sports in college are definitely underfunded. I know they had the Title IX. It's still not even playing field. It's still all about money for NIL, men or women. All about
Right.
money. Why stop somebody from making money? What's the purpose of going to college? To get what? A job to do what? Get money. What's the difference? And I always said when people complain about, oh, well, why are an 18-year-old get all this money now? These 60-year-old people for MLB drafts, when they sign their contract, they're 18. Boom. They getting it. These golf players, these tennis players, what's the difference?
Yeah,
They're
baseball-
17-year-old
Baseball, they get paid.
prodigies getting
That's
paid
where it's at.
at age that you could not believe. I know we don't, if you don't follow, you may not know. But that's why I was like, it's scrutinized because certain demographics in certain sports, and the more you get money, like, oh no, it's a problem. But you gotta have a problem with these other sports because it's not on TV, because they're not making NCAA a lot of money with the college names and all these rights. That okay, now it's an issue. No, y'all didn't say anything about these other college baseball players who go into drafts. That's all I'm saying. You can't say about one and not the other. But clearly they're trying to skew it one way. They make powers to be. It is what it is. NIL, it can have some parameters like a percentage for each school or whatever to make, but excuse me, for the women, we definitely are not still getting as much as we could, but it may change. That's all I said. We'll see.
Can I get an NIL?
They probably owe us, Britt.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, back pay.
Did you get a work study or anything when you were on your college scholarship? Did you get any like work study? You got scholarship? Did you work anything or just athlete school? Oh,
I know I had
because
the
you
same
did work
situation.
study. How'd you do work study and still be an athlete then?
So,
you can only work like 20 hours a
you
week.
can only work a
So
certain amount of
I-
hours.
So it doesn't matter if you're athlete.
yeah.
That's what everybody else did too. Okay,
Yeah.
it wasn't
Yeah.
because you're
I had like
athlete.
I had like a simple job. It was kind of crazy. I did laundry.
Nah.
How was that a job?
Right.
I
Who
did
you doing
laundry.
for?
I did laundry
Who,
like
for who?
for
You don't know?
teams.
Okay.
I did laundry
She
for
doesn't
teams.
know.
Now, no, I will say this: I did not touch the wrestling stuff. I told the guys this is
Oh,
where I
for
draw
the
the
sports
line
team.
for the sports team.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I would. So like, I would go to class, and then I would go to the. It was in the same building where I would practice. I would go to the gym, and I would just sit in the back and do laundry, do my homework. I would just sit in there
That's
for a
simple.
couple hours.
Yeah.
You know, you just gotta, I didn't have to fold. I mean, I didn't have to do all that, but it's just like you put in the washer, you put in the dryer, then you put it in the bin, and then the practice jerseys were ready for teams, when they came in the afternoon. So that was my work study job, and then the other
Got
one
an
was
easier one than me.
I was gonna be an ambassador. Like I was gonna be that person that showed people around.
That's what I used to do in college, student ambassador. I like doing
Girl,
that.
I did one. I did it one time, and they're like, "Brittany, you can't work no more." I'm like,
Yeah, what did you do to mess up as an ambassador?
because of my the way my it was
oh,
my
that's
scholarship.
right. The limitations.
okay.
They gave me a purple shirt and everything. It was at one time, and I was like, I still get paid for this one day, right?
Mine was volunteer. I didn't get paid.
Yours is
No,
all
mine was
set.
volunteer being a student ambassador. Just put it on my resume. But
No, it was
Yeah.
part. It was
I
part of the work study job. Yeah,
I didn't have work study.
No paycheck.
Yeah, my
all
work-
the athletic department work I was doing was all volunteers. I worked on a sports
Oh,
information director. I was doing color commentating on basketball, helping out football stats.
What was your work study
volunteer.
job?
my work study job, I was a math tutor, and I always found the way to get extra hours. I don't
I'm
know
not
how.
gonna laugh right now.
I literally-
Move to the math.
I literally was a math tutor.
Yes, I love it. Oh, Raven, this is great.
So many
Of
sound bites
course
for
you
math.
were a tutor.
Math, man.
She He's
20
gonna
hours
keep
a
roasting
week.
her. She's not gonna stop.
No, she's not. After
We're
she-
so opposite, but I love it.
All
Great.
right.
This works. This
No,
works.
you're a bully, man.
Oh my god.
You're
God.
horrible.
Oh my
Are
goodness.
your kids watching this Clayton girls basketball? Are you watching
they
your coach
look,
right
they
now?
look, they bring it right back to me. So
I say, I know they're not in bed yet.
oh no, they don't go to sleep. They don't go to sleep.
They don't go to sleep.
No,
like
they
6 p.m.
don't.
like you.
No, they go to bed like midnight, 1:00, and I'm like, how do you guys function like that?
Because we know you can't.
They're
function.
young, and I guess they.
I
can
mean,
2-3 hours and
I would
bounce
just say
back.
this. I know some of my players, they do not shower right after school. They just be in their practice. I'm like, you haven't showered yet? Or what time do you shower? They're like, I don't know. Like whenever before I go to bed. I'm like, you're supposed to shower as soon as you get home from practice.
Right.
Like I have some unique players. Yeah, I let them live.
Yeah,
I let them live. Yeah, they
I
are.
love that spin on it. They're unique.
They're unique. I love them. I love them. They're like my children. But
They don't shower.
they don't shower right after practice.
Well, yeah.
All that sweat
Well,
pump
this
just
year,
sitting on them, huh?
yeah, this year at Ritter, we doing the 5 a.m. practices where we're doing our conditioning and the kids in the showers. So they don't realize that everybody has to shower. So now the kids are taking like 30-minute showers when we only got 30 minutes for everybody to get a shower. So I guess we're showering over at Ritter. Sorry.
Maybe over shower because they're so long.
no, we
Right.
practice. They supposed to go home, and as soon as they get home, they supposed to shower.
Did you tell them that?
Don't assume.
I mean, I didn't tell them that. I
Are
just
they
Don't
remember.
see. Don't assume.
I remember one of my players called me. Well, my players don't call me; they FaceTime me for whatever
Oh, they
reason.
love you.
Yes.
Oh, that's
And
so
one of my
cute.
players who was FaceTime, I'm like, why do you still have your practice jersey on? And they're like, I haven't gotten a shower. Get in the shower. It's been like 4 hours. Like, what are we
Are
doing?
you not sticky and stinky?
Oh my God.
They are.
I had a college teammate who did the same thing. Like we always, roomed with all of our teammates, but we had one teammate, she would never shower. And she like
She
got
was your roommate?
staph. Yeah, she was one of my roommates. Yeah,
Oh,
she was my
my.
teammate. She was a big germaphobe. So I didn't understand like how did that make sense. I'm like,
The
wait a minute,
irony
you're a
of things.
germaphobe, but you don't shower until 12 o'clock. And then she ended up getting staph. And after that, she this turns
Are you
real
laughing?
quick. I mean, I'm so serious. Like I wouldn't make this up. Like she got staph because she never, showered right away. So it was crazy. I mean, I still love her. She was my teammate and all, but I was just like, it's 12 o'clock. You still haven't showered. So yeah.
All right, we'll stop talking about your stinky kids real quick.
Yeah.
And before Bunny leaves, I'm just gonna say what's in my glass real quick. I don't know if you guys pay attention to Major League Baseball or not. That's my thing, obviously. And
Are you from St. Louis?
yeah, I'm from
What do you have on?
Why you got that
my
on?
Astros
Right, what
jersey
is- what are
because
you
I'm an
do- what are we
Astros fan as
doing?
well. Everyone should know that by now. Come on. If you watch the episodes, guys, come on.
Go Cardinals.
I know, no. So listen, I'm freaking out because I have a very, very bad feeling in my knees that's gonna be Cardinals and Astros in the World Series, and I told my husband he's gonna have to like take the kid and go for a little bit because it's gonna be bad in the house. It's
gonna be bad in the house.
I'm obviously gonna want the Cardinals to win, but
Absolutely.
I'm gonna have to let my H-Town people know.
You think we'll win the World Series?
I didn't say that. I'm just saying I have a
You
feeling.
have a feeling?
that
Okay.
That could happen because God likes playing tricks on me, making my favorite things go at each other like that. But anyways, postseason baseball. That's the bracket right there. It's all set in stone.
Go Cardinals.
It starts Friday. Sadly, obviously the Central teams, they get the crappy end of the stick to start off the playoffs. So the Guardians play at like 10 o'clock in the morning, which is stupid.
Oh my god.
It's like 11, I
Okay.
think, but still. And then the Cardinals, they start at 1 against the Phillies. And then the other wild card teams, we got the Blue Jays and the Mariners, and then the Mets and the Padres. So that's all this weekend. This is the first year that they're doing a wild card series instead of a wild card game, and it's a 3-game set. So if it needs to go 3 games, so it's kind of just like a normal regular season series, honestly, just more on the line. But yeah, but it's crazy because you got the Mariners are finally in there for the first time in 21 years. They ended their drought, and then the Phillies haven't been in there since 2011. So there's a
Oh,
couple
wow.
droughts there that are being broken. So it's going to be exciting. But yeah, we'll see what happens. And the division series starts on Tuesday. What you think, Bunny?
Go karts.
Thank you.
You know, there is some
Exactly.
things. There's some things with the Cardinals though that have to go perfect for them to get to that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
is Paul Goldschmidt and Nolan Arenado, are they gonna start hitting again? They haven't hit since beginning of September.
Yeah.
You know, I also have is Wainwright even going to make the playoff roster? We don't know right now. He's been a little shaky the last month or so.
When are they announcing the playoff roster?
We should know by tomorrow. So apparently, Ali Marmol already has the game one starter in his head, but we'll find out tomorrow. We
It
should know the
definitely
whole
can't be
roster.
Wayno, but you thinking Wayno should be in a bullpen. You don't even think he should be making on a starting
Well, I don't.
rotation.
I don't think
Are
he's
you
starting
talking
purpose.
about? Huh?
You said what?
What? He's not starting?
No, so he's not going to start. I really don't think he'll even start a game 3 if we get there. If you're talking about my roster, I sent in our little group me thing. I put him in there just because there's going to be 26 men in there, but I don't think he serves a purpose being a reliever because this ain't 2006 anymore.
Well, it's not nostalgic reason, but I believe because he's had the experience, he knows how to show up when it counts.
Yeah, no, I'm right.
That's why I
there
said
with
don't
that.
start, but if you need a third game, you put him in there. And if he doesn't work out, just have a bullpen ready. But he is it's hit and miss with him at this part of his career. But I would still say give him a ball for game 3. But we shall see.
Yeah, I mean, again, if it comes down to it at home with the Audi, everything on the line, me personally, I would feel okay with that.
Yeah,
but
because Jody and Wayne don't know how to rock it against the Phillies. I mean, I could see you doing that. Get Wayno again, third game. First one, not Quintana, but mustache I don't like.
you always struggle with this, Miles Michaelis.
Thank you.
But
The
I've been
mustache,
seeing-
man. Everyone for that mustache with that bad, but he looks so like 1980s. Like
Well,
anyway,
I've been seeing a lot of people on the Twitterverse saying, Quintana might get the game 1 start.
either or.
I know
Whoever can get us some wins.
I'm okay with either. Honestly, they both been
Shut
dominant
down the
stretch.
Phillies for the most part. Get us the wins. Next game, do it again. And then here, let's get to the division series. So whoever can cut the mustard, just get out there, get us a win. Cardinal Nation is ready. Home of the Red Sea, hunt for the Red October. All these lines belong to Cardinal Nation, so the Phillies fans can go. So anyway, I'm just saying because you got a little heart. Like, wait, y'all trying to take our line, Cardinal Nation?
Yeah, I
like,
don't-
it's what we do. And you don't even have to be a big baseball fan, but if you've been in St. Louis long enough, you're gonna turn into a Cardinals fan whether you like it or not. It is what we do here. So.
Facts. What were you two giggling about over there earlier?
Oh. You sure you don't want to?
No,
Are you calm?
no,
now?
yeah, I'm good. It's your spotlight. Go ahead and share that message on that phone.
So shout out to I got a point guard Paige. She's the most talkative. She sends the group chat. We went our first game. Coach Raven has to wear heels.
Yay! Somebody's watching. Shout out to everybody tuning in on platform Sportstalk Show on Facebook. Yes, or YouTube. Thank you.
Get that win, girls. Get that win.
Get that
I'm
dub.
gonna be checking STL
Get
today
that
on that first
dub.
game. Like, did they win?
And then I want to see the pictures. Come on with it. I mean, hey, I'm here for it. I love that
That's awesome.
challenge. Shout out to the girls.
They gonna bug
Paige.
you now.
Paige.
Shout out to you, Paige. Thank you.
That's awesome.
Hey,
I'm here for it.
that was worth the chuckle on the sideline for that. I'm glad that happened.
I know. I was like, what is something going on?
So real quickly, lady, before I moonwalk on out of here, I want to give a shout out and congratulations to our own Michaela Money McGee, Miss Missouri. She
Yay.
participated in the Miss USA contest this past Monday. And out of all 51 ladies, because they count District of Columbia as well, she came in 16th, right? 16th place, top 16. So my girl did her thing. I was proud of her because, the road just as being Miss Missouri, she won that, knocked it out the park. So she represented the state of Missouri. So I'm proud of her. Congratulations to her. And can't wait for her to join us again on the Ladies' Night crew. And also another previous person on Ladies' Night was Kalia Collier. Congrats. Shout out to her. She's a new role for the Dallas
Dallas
Mavericks.
Yeah.
And actually, she was just literally on here. Was it 2 months ago? I'm telling y'all, when you get on this show on the ladies' night, boy, I tell you, you are bringing people's careers to a whole nother level. I'm telling you. So here, y'all heard it first. Like I said, y'all meet each other now. Another show, we're gonna be like, oh, we got a big win here. We're gonna say, a couple years from now, we got a different position. I'm just saying, come here, big things happen for you. So Kalia Collier,
huge,
man, dope. Like I was just amazed when she said at 20 she bought the Surge and did the business plan and all of that, and then she got to work for the St. Louis SC Soccer Club. I still try to hook up with her, but always hitting and missing. But I'm proud of her. Big things representing St. Louis. She says she'll leave for Dallas next month to start working for the Mavericks. So, yeah, another woman breaking barriers. So I'm proud of her. Congratulations.
Big time.
Yeah,
I was mind blown by her interview with her, with how much she's achieved at such a young age.
Yes.
And now she's over here gonna be working, with the Mavericks. So, and I'm here. Present. Like I'm just here,
Until Joanne comes out.
Oh.
We ain't gonna forget that either, honey. All right. You all, it has been a pleasure. I have to moonwalk on out of here. But make sure for everyone tuned in again on the Facebook page, leave all comments under the platform Sports Talk Show. Also, if you are tuning in on YouTube, make sure you subscribe and click on that
bell.
Because anytime we go live, what happens, Jobo?
All y'all will be notified.
That's what I'm talking about. And also to our listeners on Hot 365 Radio, where it's always hot. Thank you for tuning in. And we also have the Man Cave, last Wednesday of the month. The fellas are doing their thing, talking whatever they talk about. But, us ladies' night is the first Wednesday of the month. So, we rocking, we keep it hot. Also, Miss Williams said it was an awesome interview. We're not done. I'm just moonwalking. It's not over, Miss Williams. So keep tuning in because we got more laughs and giggles on this side of the room, and Jobo on this side gonna be like, "What's going on here?" Yeah. Hey, that's all I can say. So thank you all. And next topic for them to talk about.
Do you guys pay attention to hockey at all?
Oh,
LGB. Let's go Blues.
I mean, I'm a root for the Blues. I'm from St. Louis. We did talk about this on the last show about going to a hockey because I've never been to a hockey game.
It'd be so lit.
Have you been to a hockey game?
Yeah, but I didn't know what was going on.
Hey, look, Raven went to a hockey game. I'm not outside enough. Wait a minute.
Oh, right.
Hey, I gotta get to a hockey game. No, we talked about this on the last show with that we were gonna go to a hockey because I've never been to a hockey game.
Oh yeah.
So but I heard that I need to.
Right, she can bring some books. I had no idea.
I'm gonna bring some books.
I had no idea what was going on at the hockey game until like a fight broke out, and then I finally realized like, it's that kind of party. So
yeah, that should be like one of my goals of mine is just get to a hockey game. I mean, I do have a hockey like T-shirt, so it's not that I have to go out to buy a shirt for the hockey game. Yeah. I would say when they won what is it, Stanley Cup? It's Stanley Cup. Yes, I knew. I was like, how do I Stanley Cup? Look, the Stanley Cup. I actually was watching that series, and
you understood it.
I mean, the puck goes in the goal. Like, I mean, I don't know.
All right, so we're just gonna wing this part, aren't we?
Yeah, like I said, that's the most hockey I got for you.
That's probably my least favorite sport, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, I would say it's not. Sure. I mean, it's fast paced, so I do like that aspect. Like, I like games that are like really fast paced, but I don't know anything about hockey at all.
Yeah, well, the Blues are. The Blues are probably going to be another good team this year. I wouldn't say I'd put them in the Stanley Cup contention, but I would say they're going to make the playoffs, and it's exciting. They got some injuries right now, but I think they'll be in an all right spot. You guys definitely need to go to a game.
I would definitely go to a game.
Yeah. So yeah, got to go to a game. My daughter just went to her first preseason game last night, and she liked it because it's bright and there's lights all over the place. And
so when does hockey season run?
It starts next week.
Oh, it starts next week.
Yeah, they have one of the. Oh, okay. Oh. There's my husband and my daughter. See, look at Fred. Always
look at her face.
Yeah, she's a very serious.
She's like,
baby.
Look me in the eyes now.
She's always got that resting, what face. But yeah, they're.
Oh, she's smiling there.
Yeah. So she has a one of those retro red jerseys. but it swallows her. So we got that one last night, and it's an infant, believe it or not, but that fits her.
Looks good.
So yeah, but she had fun. She was really into it. She got to see a couple goals and whatnot, and she liked seeing the Zambonis on the ice. So
Did you get to like touch the Stanley Cup? I know they were like parading that around. Did you?
no, I didn't get to do that. We thought we got there early for the parade, but it wasn't early enough.
That was so good for the city though.
Yeah,
I
no,
mean it
that's
was
awesome.
people were like blowing their horns like 3 times. Let's go Blues.
Yeah.
I didn't know until my friend who was really into hockey. I was like, why are people blowing their horns?
You didn't know what that was.
No, and then where I taught, they were playing what was it, Gloria?
Yep.
Blasting that thing in the school. Like I could hear it before I walked in the building. And then like it got to a point like we're like, all right, we gotta turn this off. Like it was making the students go crazy. Like
Yeah, that's on it's still my ringtone, honestly. I'm not gonna lie. It's my ringtone. But yeah, so that's on. They got their new goal song that they started in 2019 as well. It's all catchy, and I don't know. You guys got to tune into some hockey. It starts next week, so it's a really fun sport to watch. I know we talked a little bit about baseball, but did you guys catch the last homestand last weekend with Yachty and Albert?
I can't even tell you what I did last weekend.
No, I went back and watched some clips.
Okay, yeah. So there's Yachty, Wayno, and Albert, and it sounds silly, but literally it was kind of felt like a Field of Dreams type moment. They like kind of just walked off from the sunset into the shadows, and that was their last home regular season game. So
yeah.
but yeah, it was awesome. It was emotional. Not gonna lie, bawled like a baby during the whole pregame ceremony because I'm a big Yachty fan. But yeah, it was nice for them to get the attention that they deserved. And even though Wayno didn't have a good start, he got to go out with the guys that he pretty much came up with. So yeah, that was a lot of fun, and hopefully those 3 got some more magic starting on Friday.
Oh, definitely.
All right. So this one I'm not too familiar with. Rachel Nichols with ESPN. So I like heard stuff whenever it happened, and I just saw her her clip. So
does she have a new side to the story? Is that what it is?
She pretty much just came out and talked about what happened, and that she was kind of just being, I wouldn't say stalked, but watched, with, I don't know, she had like a microphone or a camera with her, but and the stuff that got out was whoever was listening to her, they thought it was juicy enough to, get, their name out there. And so
Gotcha.
I don't know. Again, I don't know much about this stuff. It just kind of sucks, a big corporate company, ESPN, is trying to make 2 females go at it, I guess, and make bad names for one of them, and sometimes both of them,
Yeah, I think the topic was ESPN was doing a thing of they were trying to hire more minorities to be sportscasters and things like that, and they were intentionally giving the minorities these jobs, and some of them were big jobs, in which Rachel was knocked off of some of the bigger jobs so they can be given to minorities, and she was just like, she like was out. Well, she said she was secretly recorded. Is that right?
Yeah, it's like she had I don't know if it was a microphone or a camera, but she didn't know that once she left set where she was at, that it would still be on. And then that someone that was listening to it just kind of recorded it with their cell phone. And
so she was frustrated with just not getting the big jobs, and then they being, purposely given to the minorities. But she felt she was Rachel Nichols. So why are my jobs being given away? But it was a bigger picture thing that ESPN was trying to do, and she was just outspoken about it.
Yeah. So from what I got from, again, I don't know too much about it, the interview that I watched her on with, I don't know, we'd had to put on there the name of the show that she was on talking about this. It's like she got a contract, and so she was just going to go through with that contract, and then they started saying that or what's the lady's name that she thinks was trying to take her job? Say that again?
Maria Taylor.
Yeah. Like she just thought it was kind of messed up that she was working through her contract, and then they're trying to, put a little blimp in it. So I don't know. Again, like I said, it's big old ESPN. The show that she was on is Up in Smoke that she was talking to. So it's just kind of crappy, ESPN, they got all this money, this and that, and they're gonna try to put these 2 females, up against each other and make it seem bad. And apparently she's tried reaching out, and she doesn't want anything to do with her now. So I don't know. It just kind of sucks. And I
Yeah.
don't even think Rachel
It
has a
sucks, but
job
I
now either.
Yeah, it sucks, but Rachel did say some cruel things.
Yeah, and again, I didn't even listen to it, so I don't even know.
Yeah,
you know?
she said some cruel things, and
Yeah,
regardless
so
of
it's
how they
just
were
crazy.
hurt, they were cruel.
Yep. All right. All right, well, let's keep on going. Oh, all right, we can wrap it up since that's all we got. Fred, this is bad, my dude. Okay.
Raven, any shout outs?
Okay. Yeah, real quick. Actually, yeah, you're good at this. See, Fred's putting me on the spot. I'm the person. So you got any shout outs? You want to shout out your team, your school?
Yeah, for sure. I wanna shout out my team, my group of kids that have been around me dealing with a crazy psycho coach, pushing them, and pushing them, and pushing them, and pushing them. Also want to just thank the Cardinal Ritter administration for just giving me an opportunity, first year head coach, and I have an opportunity to go bask in something that I'm really, really passionate about. So yeah. And then I want to shout out the bully who dragged me here. I've enjoyed myself, despite your jokes. But it's been a great night. But yeah, definitely shout out my entire team. We have workouts tomorrow and things of that nature. They're probably on here laughing. They actually be mocking me. So I guess I'm getting old, Britt.
It
when
happens.
they start mocking
I'm telling you.
and then they start like saying things like weird, and I'm like, why are y'all saying it that way? And they be like, well, you said it first, so now it's a joke. You know what I mean? So yeah. So shout out my team. They're definitely working hard during preseason and being exposed to different things they may not have been exposed to, and they're just putting in the work. So yeah, we're looking forward to the season.
And you got anything big coming up in the future? I know you said October 29th is when
October 31st.
Halloween.
So Halloween, same thing for Britt, right?
Yep,
First
Halloween.
official day of practice starts off the winter sports. So yeah, we're looking forward to it. We're call ourselves a Ritter. We're trying to stack good days. How do we stack good days and consistently? Just so we can just have a great season. So yeah. Shout out my team. I'm not naming all of y'all because they gonna give me the money. Like, why you ain't say our name?
Why you ain't say him?
Why
You forgot me.
Yeah, shout out my team for sure.
All right, awesome. And Brittany, you got anything real quick?
Yeah, I mean, same. My team will be together in 4 weeks. I actually cannot wait to see all of them. Yeah, everybody that's behind the scenes that works hard to help me be who I am today. Family. I mean, once October 31st gets here, it is like the world. Yeah, it changes. Like it is not stop. Yeah, it's like the grind. So like, just shout out to all like my supporters. That understands, because I mean it is very time consuming. I said earlier, I was telling Raven, it's so hard to take care of yourself during basketball season. And I would say as a first year coach, my advice to you, because I did this my first year, is like knowing when to turn it off, because it will consume you. And as much as there are times, even to this day, I get home and I'm like, gosh, I just want to do some work, but you have to take time out for yourself, for sure, going into your first year. And, shout out to Raven for coming out. I'm not going to say a funny comment. I'm thinking about it, but I'm not going to say it. But I'm really happy that you read my text message 4 times to decide to come.
It was 4.
It was 4. But yeah, just everybody on my family who was watching. I saw my dad was on the screen. Hey, Dad. Hey, Mom. I know they're watching. And
your parents are on here?
Yeah, my dad joking and bullying. They know how I get down.
Oh wow.
They know how I get down.
Okay.
I'm not a bully. Don't try.
Oh my God. Yeah.
All right, cool. Before we do the rundown of all the spots that you can catch us at, we got to give a thanks to the Gambles for letting us into their beautiful home. I know, there's been shots of the basement all around. This is my first time being here. It's awesome. This is literally what I want my basement to look like, just not Steelers stuff.
Same.
Yeah, I'm gonna go play games now.
Yeah, so we're gonna.
Before we get off, who's your favorite football team?
Football team? I'm not a big football fan.
No.
But I like Tom Brady.
Could I shout something else out? Cowboy Nation.
Oh,
shout out Cowboy Nation.
Oh, now I'm really
Brittany,
gonna bully
please
you.
Be quiet, Brittany. I'm talking about the Cowboys. We are 3-1.
Mm-hmm.
We play the Rams next week, this Sunday, 3:25.
You got it.
3:25. The Rams just lost to San Fran.
Mhm.
San Fran has
They got
7
whooped.
sacks. We have one of the best defense, especially when it comes to the pressure. The Rams cannot handle our pressure next week. We're 4-1.
I
Got
feel like
that.
Raven's gonna block me on Instagram. I had some friends who
We're
Cowboys fans,
4-1.
and I was
in Dallas
It
on
was-
the
I
home
saw
opening
that.
when we lost to Tampa. I was so devastated. So
yeah, I
the
think that's
worst-
when I was sending some clips to one of my college friends who's a big Cowboys fan. So now I know who I
I'm a
can send it
huge
to.
Cowboys. We're 4-1. Rams can't handle the pressure next week.
I mean, I hope they beat the Rams because I don't like the Rams. So,
Because they
but yeah,
left.
all right. Well, shout out Cowboys, I guess. Huh?
Cowboys Nation, say it, Joe. Come on.
Cowboys Nation. I don't care about football really, but all right, Cowboys Nation.
Joe said, "What's up?"
All right. All right, so we're gonna get out of here. Make sure you catch us at our email, platform sports talk show at gmail.com, on Instagram, platform sports talk show. You got Facebook and Twitter. You can catch us on YouTube at the platform sports talk show. And make sure you click on that bell because anytime we go live, you will be notified. We're on Roku. We're on Hot 365 Radio. So this is Ladies Night. Every other Wednesday, we got the Platform Sports Talk Show. And then on the last Wednesday of every month, we do have the Man Cave. So make sure you guys all tune in. Thank you for joining Ladies Night, and y'all have a good night.